Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to do a program analysis. This program comes to us from Don Elissalde, I believe. I'm always pronouncing people's names wrong. I really thought that this was a good program design and definitely worth taking a look at and talking about. This is an ABC program design. So Monday and Thursday mirror each other, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday and Saturday, Sunday, a rest day. Monday, double long cycle, Turkish get up, single arm club. The double long cycle is 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off with 10 reps per minute. We've talked about this idea a lot. He's using relatively light weights. I think it was 12, 14, and 16 if I remember correctly. Turkish get up, building up towards 10 minutes, then going up in weight. Single arm club, running volume cycles for inside circle, outside circle, and shield cast. Tuesday, the B workout, single arm clean and press, double squat, light mace for 10 to 15 minutes. The double squat is 2 18s, 2 20s, or 2 22s. And this is a 30-minute protocol that we had talked about in a previous video last year about this time. Wednesday, program C. This is where it gets really fun. Rings. For pull-ups and dips, it's a volume cycle, single leg deadlift, and heavy arc. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday mimic those ideas. Let's talk about the fun parts in this design. Double long cycle. That means essentially a double deadlift pattern to jerk pattern. Think of that as double power cleans. Double squat, single leg deadlift. So here's our clean deadlift swing pattern. Here's our squat pattern. Absolutely no escape from a double kettlebell squat. Your spine definitely has to be in the right position to pull this off. And then single leg deadlift. This is the interesting part out of these three because it's going to make sure that one side's not working harder. One of the things that can go wrong when people double kettlebell is they can shift slightly to one side, 5 to 10% into one hip, and that can cause one side of their spine to fire harder than the other side. So I really like double long cycle, work on the big muscles with a power pattern, pure power, clean and jerk is pure power. Squat, a grind. Single leg deadlift, check in between the left and the right leg to make sure that they're both working equally so that you're not gonna build up some type of injury in the future from doing these two things. Turkish get up, single arm, includes 8 basic things: clean, press, step back lunge, low windmill, do a hip drop all the way through, set all the way down, do a sit up, reverse the entire idea with a floor press. Turkish get up, single side, balances out this double long cycle, a grind, a ballistic. This Turkish get up pairs well for the opposite day with single arm clean and press. Stand all the way up, not using power or speed, using pure strength, creating iron body. These two things are in good synchronicity with each other, and these two things are in good synchronicity with each other. Then that single arm clean and press, single arm being balanced out by a double. Overall, just this. Excellent, excellent design strategy. Single arm club. Intermediate weight, intermediate levels of complexity, balancing out the inside and outside for left and right to make sure the spine is rotating each direction equally well. Side effect is this will do a check-in for the knees for the double long cycle. Light mace, similar to single arm club. Lighter weight, more complexity, more stepping patterns. Just these 2 days alone. Absolutely amazing. If you just did these 2 days, that would be one of the best athletic programs for the least amount of money you could possibly do. Day 3, Wednesday, rings, pull-up and dips, volume cycle. That means the intensity stays the same. You set a timer, you do X number of reps in that amount of time, and then you rest. The next time you come back, you do more total sets. So this takes a little bit longer all the time, but the pull-ups and the dips on rings are not something you want to mess with the intensity of unless you're very, very good, unless you did a lot of gymnastics when you were young. Because you can really mess up your shoulder joints and your elbow joints by doing these things if you try to alter your intensity every day. If your form degrades as you get tired, which would happen if your intensity changed, meaning your reps went up every day, then you could really torque yourself up. Your form will degrade and your shoulder joints will be the thing that pays the price, and it will slow down your overall athletic development. So this is one of the smarter, safer strategies for the rings. Single arm, double dip. Pressing overhead, pressing down. Double jerk overhead, pressing down. Overall, this is a great idea. The pull-up helps to work on balancing out the double clean in the double long cycle from day one. Pull-ups on rings, pull to the sky, pull from the ground. These two things, once again, equal and opposite. Very good design. The rings, the single leg deadlift, and then heavy arc. Single arm club, one hand, intermediate weight, intermediate complexity, light mace. Hand changes, two hand, anything goes for 10 to 15 minutes. And then heavy arc, two hands on, separated. Different grip, different rotation. Throwing pattern, throwing pattern, throwing pattern. Stable legs, stepping pattern, intermediate stepping pattern. This can all be done inside of an apartment as long as your hands don't touch the ceiling when you lock out your arms overhead. You're not dropping any weights. It's not going to make noise. It's not going to damage wherever you're at. And the money required to pull this program off for years at a time is not that high. We'll come back to that at the end. Also, what he is doing in this program, week 4, every 4th week is what I believe it was written as, is a deload. No weight that week. Everything in this is a lot of work. 6 days a week with 1 day of rest. Every 4th week he is taking a break. That is a good strategy. People cannot continue to progress straight up on a straight line forever. You have to go up, take a break, let your body and your joint structure recover, and then ramp back up. The things with kettlebells and clubs is you're not just stressing your muscle, you're stretching your joints, traction of the elbows, the wrist, and the shoulder, traction, traction, traction. All of these also have rotation. This is a ton of load on the shoulders. So you're going to need that deload week to make sure that you can progress on your next cycle. Good design. Additionally, every day he is doing push-ups in the morning, 6 days a week. Very cool. And he is running twice a week. Could be anywhere he can fit it into this program. What really struck me about this is that it's an extremely cheap idea. After I wrote all this down on the board and looked at it, I immediately decided to call this the poor man's paradise training workout, because two competition bells, single bell, two competition adjustable kettlebells, total $600, probably about at their most expensive. You can get it cheaper than that, get it down to maybe in the $450 range. But those weights will never go bad, and he will never run into the end of it. Double competition bells get up to 70 pounds each. Eventually, that could be a little bit light for the squat, but not really. You can just take your numbers up. He's using an 8X club and an arc to do the single arm club and heavy arc stuff. Think you're spending about $400 or so on that. Not quite sure what current prices are with steel prices. But once again, now we're at about $1,000 for a program that can go on for literally years. And rings. Rings are now cheap. Rings, you're going to spend $30 to $50 for a set of rings that you can travel with, that are light and that are very, very hard to hurt. So you're thinking maybe $1,000, $1,100 at the high end with shipping in order to run this program, which is absolutely amazing in program design. So Don, very, very good program layout. You have shoved a ton of ideas into your core ABC program design, and then throwing in that running twice a week and push-ups. This program would prepare you for almost anything athletically that I can think of. As a general physical preparedness program, this is very, very, very good.